Hello everyone and welcome to Varamore Things. Feel free to follow me and subscribe to see more of my content. Thank you, and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Hello guys and welcome back to another video. I hope you all started 2024 in the better way possible. Today we are playing a never seen before tribal deck in Modern, as I always try to create original content with low budget. Ladies and gentlemen, Modern Dragons. I don't expect this deck to be competitive, but I always wanted to play dragons in Modern. Maybe it's not the best time to do so, since the power level of the format is just too high at the moment, but I think this is worth the try. Working around the deck list, I felt like we needed to ramp in turn 1 and turn 2 to be able to cast our biggest dragons on turn 3 and turn 4. To do so, I asked for help to my favorite mana dorks duo, Arbor Elf plus Utopia Sprawl. This combination allows us to generate 4 mana in turn 2 if you're lucky enough. Otherwise, we will have more mana in the late game, since we can stack Utopia Sprawl on the same forest, untapping it multiple times thanks to Arbor Elf. We also have Sarkhan Fireblood, working both as a card quality and mana ramping. I don't think we will be able to use his ultimate during this league, but eventually his ultimate can also win the game. I also figured that we might have need a few removals, early removals, so I added 3 lightning bolts against mostly Ragavan and, Hammer Time or whatever early things might hit the battlefield, and 3 invasions of Tarkir. Invasions of Tarkir, when comes in the battlefield, you can reveal any number of dragons you have in your hand, and the Invasion of Tarkir will deal that damage of dragons you revealed +2 to whatever target you want, other than the invasion himself. The invasion has 5 points, and once you kill it, it becomes Defiant Thundermaw, a 4/4 flying trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, it deals 2 damage to any target. So Invasion of Tarkir also works as an early removal, but also gives us some reach, as we can fire this into the face of our opponent, revealing 2, 3 or 4 dragons, dealing some really serious damage. Other than that, I think the deck needed some sort of interaction to stick together, so why not including 4 Blood Moons, one of my favorite cards ever. I really missed played Blood Moons. And let's not forget though about Dragon Tempest. This card gives haste to whatever creature with flying enters the battlefield, and whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of dragons you control, so we can also ping creatures and planeswalkers with that. So what else? Last but not least, of course, our dragons. Dragons are probably the most famous fantasy creature in the entire fantasy universe, maybe tied with elves. They are massive, scary, intelligent and cunning creatures. They destroyed kingdoms, slayed entire armies, survived for thousands of years. Can they survive the modern metagame? Let's find out. At 4 in the curve, we start off with Moonveil Regent. This guy here, whenever you cast a spell, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw a card for each of that spell's colors. So this might seem useless, but when you have, let's say, 2 lands in your hand, 1 land in your hand, or you don't have anything in your hand, and you just play the spell, you can cycle that, discarding those useless cards, drawing something new. 1 new card, because we don't have any multicolored things here. Also, when Moonveil Regent dies, it deals X damage to any target, when X is the number of colors among permanents you control, so the max we can do is 2 damage, but still, he can ping, I don't know, Bowmasters or whatever. After that, we have Thunderbreak Regent, punishing our opponent whenever they target one of our winged nightmares, and at 5, the best dragons that the format has to offer, First, we have Bonehoard Dracosaur. This guy feels just insanely strong. Giving us 2 new cards to play every turn is already good, but turning them into treasures and little dinosaurs is insane. The second 5 mana beast we have is Glorybringer. This guy is here mostly to kill rhinos and Yagmoth out of nowhere, since he is hasty, he is flying, and Exert cannot really be stopped unless you kill him. Then we have the format All-Star Obsidian Charmaw, one of my favorite creatures. A super sweet creature used in many sideboards against Throne and Amulet Titan, so why not playing 4 of them in the main deck? The last dragon here is Terror of the Peaks. Turning our dragons into burn spells and also punishing the opponent for targeting them. Very similar to Thunderbreak Regent. This is our main deck. This reminds me of a Ponza-like deck I used to play 10 years ago or so. So sweet, I had so many good paper tournaments with that. I miss the good old days. Well, back to us. In the sideboard we have Relics of Progenitus against Living End, Chalice against Cascade spells, Cast into Fire against the goddamn Ring or Amulet, Damping Sphere against Amulet and Tron, Brotherhood's Hand against creature or artifact-based decks, and run random boil to just make someone quit the game out of nowhere. Okay guys, everything is ready. Dragons have been deployed in the battlefield. Let the greatest war of all time begin in match number 1. Here we are for game number 1. We lost the die roll. We're up against Sex Pistols. So we keep a pretty decent hand with a turn 2 Blood Moon against the Tron. Oh, sweet. I couldn't have asked for anything better than this. So we fetch for Basic Forest. The opponent just cycling, Zero Scrying to find, or just Power Plant. We go Blood Moon and the opponent is already in a great crisis. We swing with the Arbor Elf, opponent down to 19. Opponent Chromatic Sphere, opponent Oblivion Stone. So, oh, very nice. So what we do here is playing Charmaw, killing the tower, passing the turn. Opponent only 5 cards in hand. Opponent grabbing the Giganta, passing the turn. We go Blast Zone, swing for 5 into Terror of the Peaks. Not bad. Opponent Karn, grabbing Ensnaring Bridge. Opponent doesn't know we have Double Bolt. We swing with everything and grab the easiest win the modern format has ever seen. Already down 1-0 guys in like 30 seconds. This was too easy. Maybe we just picked the best matchup in all the modern format, I think. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's look at game number 2. Game number 2, here we are. What we sideboarded is we brought in Damping Spheres and we brought out Lightning Bolts, Thunderbreak Regent, 1 Invasion of Tarkir. We proceed to play the first of the Damping Spheres, and the opponent is already playing an Oblivion Stone. And yes, we also brought in Cast into Fire, of course. We play the Charmaw. Since we don't have Blood Moon, Charmaw costed only 2 mana. We swing with the Charmaw. I love that card. I think we are missing 1 red source here to play the Blood Moon. If the opponent hits a land... Oh, they don't, but we also don't. So, opponent is already down to 8. They don't have much time left. So I think the opponent is trying to grab 1 land. We discard the Glorybringer. And we miss red source again. Opponent is down to 4. If they don't have a land or a solution, they just die. They crack the Blast Zone, so they can now use their Throne mana. And they also have a forest. Okay, things aren't looking great. We fetch. We go Invasion of Tarkir and killing our opponent? Yes, because Oblivion Stone just doesn't work. The ability is on the stack already. So even if Invasion of Tarkir kills everything on the battlefield, the ability is on the stack. We reveal the dragons, and that's it. We're down 1-0 in the league with dragons. How awesome is it? Obsidian Charmaw is just too strong against Tron. Like, I mean, if we were to draw this red source a few turns ago, we would have won like ages ago with Moonveil Regent and casting to fire on the Oblivion Stone. We were just too far ahead. I think Tron cannot really win against us. We have 4 Obsidian Charmaw, casting to fire, Blood Moon, and whatever, Damping Sphere. They just cannot win. So I really hope we can find many Tron players in this league, but there aren't many out there. So let's check out match number 2, guys. I'm super excited. Here we are, match number 2. And I think we keep this hand. See, the opponent is mulligan to 4 cards, so they probably are on Living End or Cascade. Probably Living End. We go Wooded Foothills, pass the turn. Yes, opponent is definitely playing Living End. They cycled an Oliphant, grabbing a Steam Vents. So we fetch end of turn, grabbing a forest. We fetch for another forest, and the plan is just to die, I think. We go Blood Moon, but doesn't really impact the game since they of course have 2 basic cards. They go Violent Outburst into Living End, and we just concede because we cannot really beat all that power since we were on the draw. Okay, this is one of the hardest matchups. We have relics, we have Chalice of the Void in the sideboard, but this is still going to be hard. Let's check out game number 2, guys. That was a fast defeat, but I think we can make up to that. So we sideboarded out all the Blood Moons, Lanimals, and we brought in Chalice of the Void and, of course, Relic of Progenitus. So we have the Relic, so not bad. We go Dragon Tempest, also not bad. The opponent didn't have a mulligan, so not so good, but looking great so far. We can go Sarkhan Fireblood next turn, and after that we can go Bonehoard Dracosaur and basically win the game. So we go Sarkhan Fireblood, we plus it, cycling away the Bloodstained Mire, since the opponent doesn't really have a removal for Sarkhan, so we don't lead another land. We plus the Sarkhan and we play... Maybe Terror of the Peaks is better now. Yes, so... Opponent Boseiju... well, that's okay. We crack the Relic anyways. And we grab another land. And thanks to the Relic, we draw the Chalice of the Void. That's a nice top deck there. We attack thanks to a hasty Terror of the Peaks. We can close out the game on next turn, but when the opponent sees the Chalice of the Void, they just concede. This was a nice, really nice top deck out of the Relic, I would say. If we weren't to draw Chalice of the Void, we would have probably lost on next turn. So pretty nice and solid top deck. Okay, we are 1-on-1 against Living End, not bad. Dragon Tempest plus Terror of the Peaks, super great, so many damage. Bonehoard Dracosaur would have won us the game next turn, so super good, super sweet. Let's check out game number 3. Game number 3 on the draw, sideboard stayed the same. We have a Arbor Elf and Chalice of the Void. We decide to keep, not to risk to not draw the Chalice another time. If we mulligan, another land, not so sweet. We start off with Stomping Ground into Arbor Elf, into Chalice of the Void. I'm playing the Chalice now because the opponent might have a Grief or draw a Grief. And I don't really want the Chalice to be discarded to a free spell. Oh, the opponent has a Foundation Breaker, not looking good for us. We must draw another Chalice or anything. Not great. We have to grab another Stomping Ground. Enchanting the Utopia Sprawl. Attacking with the Arbor Elf, but this isn't looking great. If we don't draw a Relic or a Chalice, we're probably dead. Opponent cycling a Street Raid, we draw Sarkhan, which is great. We cycled away a land and we drew a Chalice of the Void. The opponent Violent Outburst, reanimating. Already too many things, I think, for my tastes. Killing the Utopia Sprawl. We now hit the battlefield with the Chalice. Even if I were to untap the Stomping Ground, I already used Sarkhan, so no chance to play Dracosaur. If the opponent now kills Sarkhan, we are dead. Yeah, we are done. So sad, I hate Living End, it's such an unfair deck. Just this Foundation Breaker, too good against Chalice of the Void. You cannot really hate for real on Living End if you don't put any pressure on them. Or you don't have any counters, it's really hard. Well, that's a shame, you're 1-on-1 in the league, but at least we managed to steal one win against Living End, so it's doable if you draw the right sideboard cards, it's doable. I was expecting a 2-0 loss, but we managed to steal one win, so not bad. Let's look at the next game, match number 3. Match number 3, we are on the draw again. We keep this hand because we have 2 early interaction and an Obsidian Charmaw. Opponent Wooded Foothills, so probably playing Cascade. We enchant the Utopia Sprawl we just draw. Yeah, opponent is playing Cascade Rhinos. We might actually win against the Cascade Rhinos if we are on the draw. Maybe. I don't know, it depends. If they go Rhinos now, we can go Invasion of Tarkir and kill one, and on the next turn Glorybringer and kill the other one. Yeah, they go Rhinos. I think we can bolt the Shardless Agent this turn. Yes, we do. And on our turn we go Arbor Elf plus Invasion of Tarkir, killing another Rhino. Not bad. Now, if we can untap with the Arbor Elf, or even if we can't, we can go Glorybringer and kill the Rhino that remains. So opponent attacking us down to 12, not too bad. Another Utopia Sprawl, not bad. But we decide to play the Glorybringer without tapping the Arbor Elf. Opponent bouncing the Glorybringer back to us, we swing with the Arbor Elf. Opponent swinging, and we now play another Utopia Sprawl plus the Glorybringer. Opponent is subtletying the Glorybringer. Okay, we put it on top. Our opponent fire on the, yeah, and we just dead. Fire on the Arbor Elf, one on us, and they just kill us with Rhino plus subtlety. This deck, Cascade Rhinos, is super strong because they have so much interaction. They have Fire and Ice, Dead and Gone, and the pressure they put is just... it's just insane, because I mean 2 Rhinos and 1 Shardless Agent on turn 3, while they can just tap you in your upkeep, killing all your mana dorks. This deck is pretty solid, yeah. No doubt it's a tier 1. Okay, let's check out game number 2 against them. I think the matchup might be favorable for us, but I'm not sure. Let's check out game number 2. Game number 2, let's take a look at the sideboard. Of course, we brought out Blood Moons, and we brought in Chalice of the Void. Of course. We start off with a pretty decent hand, Arbor Elf into turn 2, Sarkhan, Fireblood. We also brought in the Boil. Sarkhan the Fireblood, we cycle away the Lightning Bolt. Drawing another Arbor Elf. Opponent Boseiju on the battlefield. We go and play probably the Dracosaur. Hopefully opponent doesn't have a subtlety. The Dracosaur is just insane. I hope he stays on the battlefield. We play another Arbor Elf, maybe falling into Fire and Ice, but I don't really care. Opponent Wooded Foothills into Steam Vents. Okay. They Flame of Honor, the Bonehoard Dragon, they tapped out, so we can now boil. We cycle away an Arbor Elf, we fetch and we boil. I think it's the right choice. Yeah. And the opponent just scoops to boil. Yes, very nice. I love how boil is just an unexpected Armageddon, one-sided Armageddon, breaking all the opponent's lands. And you can see Sarkhan was already up to 6, and we had a Moonveil Regent, opponent only 4 cards in hand. It's obvious they just concede on this spot, because in 2 turns Sarkhan could have just ultimated, and Moonveil Regent next turn plus another card. It's just too much for them. 1-on-1 against another tire deck, not bad. Let's see if we can grab the victory in game number 3. The deck is feeling great for now. The sideboard stayed the same. We mulligan to 6, keeping mulligan to 5, sorry. That's not great. No sideboard cards in hand. Opponent has 7-handers, so yeah, we go Arbor Elf, probably dying to Dead and Gone or Fire and Ice or whatever. Let's see if the Arbor Elf survives. Yes, it does. We go Sarkhan, the Fireblood, not too bad. We don't cycle anything because we love both Moonveil Regent and Bonehoard Dracosaur. So, our opponent, what are you doing? Wooded Foothills into Shardless Agent. And if they have subtlety to back them up, we probably just die here. Bonehoard Dracosaur hits the battlefield, so they probably have, yes, Flame of Honor, of course, with the Mutavault. I think we're just dead, guys. Yeah, another land, Sarkhan is gone. Moonveil Regent hits the battlefield, pass the turn. Our opponent, Mutavault, another Flame of Honor, and we cannot really do anything against that. Double Flame of Honor with the Mutavault, just insanely good. Plus we mulligan to 5, plus we haven't seen a single Chalice of the Void or Boil this time, so nothing to do here. I think we would have lost with every single deck that doesn't play any unfair cards such as Shardless into Rhinos, Flame of Honor and whatever. Yeah, I mean Flame of Honor is a fair card, but in the shell he's running, it's super strong. So if we don't do anything broken like they do, we can't expect to win. But still, we stole our win, and I am happy about that. So we are now 1-2 in the league. Let's see if we can grab some more wins with dragons. Match number 4. Match number 4 on the draw again. We had a pretty decent 7-hander, but we mulligan to 6 because no way to play the Arbor Elf plus Utopia Sprawl. Misty Rainforest, another Cascade deck probably. Our hand isn't that fast, but maybe it's enough. Opponent fetches Stomping Ground. Maybe not Cascade? Timur Prowess? Oh no, they Cascade, okay. Opponent Steam Vents. Opponent looking bad. Ice on us. Opponent exiling Crashing Footfalls. Opponent took a mulligan to 4, I guess. So maybe we have a chance. We go with Moonveil Regent here. Not bad. Still a 4/4 uncountable flyer that can cycle. Opponent, probably Violent Outburst. First, let's attack and see what happens. Opponent doesn't do anything and just takes 4 damage. We shock, and we play the Bonehoard Dracosaur, not using Moonveil Regent, obviously, ability. Opponent Violent Outburst at the end of the turn, which is fine. Opponent removing 1 counter from Crushing Footfalls. Opponent Lorien revealed for an island. Opponent plays that island and bounce the Dracosaur, swinging us for 8 damage. Now we just have to Glorybringer and swing. We don't use Moonveil Regent ability, of course. We attack, we exert the Glorybringer, and we kill one of their... Oh no! Oh no, I forget to exert. Oh no. Oh my gosh. The opponent was just so dead. Why they don't concede? That's not sportsmanship. If we were on paper, I would have won. I hate this client. This is so clunky. If there is a god of Magic the Gathering, we are winning game 2 and game 3. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, no. You see, it's the first time I play Glorybringer and exert on Magic Online. I did it on paper many times, but it's the first time I do this online, and I don't really remember how to trigger exert. Oh my gosh, no. Ah, that's such a shame. Oh, guys, no, 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 no. Oh, God. Well, what it is what it is. So let's check out game number 2. If there is a god of Magic the Gathering, we are winning this. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we are starting, and sideboard is the same as the last time we played against Cascade. So Boil in and Chalice of the Void in. We have a pretty decent start with Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl. Maybe we can play a Moonveil Regent on turn 2, which is not bad. Opponent doesn't take a mulligan, so they're just a bit ahead of us. 2 cards ahead of us. Opponent Wooded Foothills, Stomping Ground. Doesn't dead and gone the Arbor Elf, so we just play the Moonveil Regent, which is not bad on turn 2. Opponent Lorien revealed, grabbing an island. Opponent plays that island and Boseiju the Utopia Sprawl, which we don't care about. We untap, we draw a Glorybringer, we fetch for Basic Mountain, we attack with the Moonveil Regent, and we don't want to show the Glorybringer, we want to play the Bonehoard Dracosaur. And we do so. We don't use Moonveil Regent ability this time. If we untap with the Dracosaur, we probably win. Opponent cascading, we don't care. We have the Glorybringer, and this time we are right. Okay, so we exiled an Arbor Elf and a land. We used the land and we play the Glorybringer. How cute is this tiny little dinosaur? The opponent just concedes when they see Glorybringer, and they better do, because we are attacking now for 14 damage. And seemingly they didn't have an answer to that, and this time we would have killed his Rhinos with Glorybringer, exerting it properly. So, and we still had an Arbor Elf exiled thanks to Bonehoard Dracosaur, super strong card. We could have cycled away the Cavern of Souls and drawing another card, so opponent was just so far behind. I am so happy we won this game. This gives me hope that we can make up for the mistake we made in game number 1. So let's take a look at game number 3. Game number 3, here we are, sideboard stayed the same, we are on the draw. 2 Chalice of the Void, Utopia Sprawl, Cavern of Souls, super nice hand, we just need another land to play Thunderbreak Regent on turn 3. So nice. Opponent, Misty Rainforest, mulligan to 4. So this is our chance. Opponent fetches for Acacia Triumph in response to Utopia Sprawl. We play the Chalice of the Void on 0 and pass the turn. Opponent untaps, draws, exiles Crashing Footfalls and plays a tapped Stomping Ground. So this is looking good. Oh yes, another land. So this is looking good for us. Stomping Ground, we play another Utopia Sprawl on the forest and we pass the turn. Next turn we can play the Dracosaur. Our opponent has a land but no cascading effects so far. Cavern of Souls into Dracosaur. I love this guy. He's both a dragon and a dinosaur. It's every kid's dream. He's just so cute. Also very powerful, I have to admit. So opponent Wooded Foothills, no answers. We exile Blood Moon and Wooded Foothills. We play the Wooded Foothills. We attack with the Dracosaur. Our opponent doesn't have an answer. We now play the Terror of the Peaks. Opponent fetching, probably subtleting. Our opponent fetching. What's he doing? Okay, so let's see if Terror of the Peaks resolves. Yes, Terror of the Peaks resolves. We pass the turn. Our opponent. Mutavolt. Brotherhood's Hand. Passing the turn. Upkeep. What we reveal. Let's see what are we revealing here. We reveal that the opponent just conceded from the game and we won thanks to the Magic the Gathering gods up there giving us the win. We are 2-2 in the league. Unbelievable with this deck, which is basically a Ponza deck filled with dragons directly from 10 years ago. I can't believe this. 2-2 in this league is far more than I expected from this Dragons tribal deck. I am so happy about that. I'm sorry for my opponent, but since he didn't concede it even though he just won thanks to a misclick, that's what he deserves. Well, let's jump into the final game and see if Dragons can grab the 3-2 or not. Match number 5, oh nice, we have a turn 2 Blood Moon, a Lightning Bolt and an Obsidian Charmaw, not bad. Opponent mulligans to 4, Forest, pass the turn, probably Cascade again. We just go Arbor Elf, pass the turn. Oh, that's Amulet Titan. Well, not bad, we have all the tools in our hand to beat them. Blood Moon pass the turn. We untap, we go in with the Arbor Elf. And we can now play the Charmaw. Or not. No, we cannot, because now the Crumbling Vestige and Slave Strongholds are mountains. Okay, the opponent gets 1 ring. I don't like that. They can probably win from here. That card, can you see it? Mulligan to 4. They do nothing, nothing, nothing. The 1 ring. And they are probably going to win, which is insane. I hate that. By the way, we cycled thanks to Moonveil Regent to draw a Terror of the Peaks. We attack, but I forgot the protection the 1 ring gives you. Opponent drawing so many things, of course finding, thanks to the 1 ring, a Boseiju, killing the Blood Moon, Summon Respect, and here comes the Dryad. Oh gosh, another Summon Respect, Primeval Titan, of course. God, man. I hate that ring, and here I just scoop this up. Okay. let's take a moment to think about what just happened here. A fair deck like mine was playing against Amulet Titan, and I was winning thanks to my strategy to shut down my opponent's game with Blood Moon and Obsidian Charmaw. What happened is that my opponent was greedy as hell and mulliganed to 4. He did nothing for 3 turns. Suddenly he drew the One Ring, giving him protection from everything, drawing 1 card, the one he didn't draw in his initial hand. Passing back to me, I can do nothing. I pass back to him, he drew his card from the turn, so he basically time walked. That's a power 9 effect, okay, a vintage card, okay, time walking. Then he taps the ring, draws 2 more, finding the solution to my Blood Moon that he otherwise probably couldn't have found. And other than that, he draws 2 Summoner's Pact, allowing him to combo off this turn, killing my entire board thanks to Dryad of the Legion Grove plus Primeval Titan. This was just so stupid, so goddamn stupid. All these things happened only thanks to the One Ring. Can you see why it's a problem? Can you see why this card needs to go? This is not fair magic anymore. The power creep of that thing is just too high. If that wasn't for the One Ring, I would have won easily. The only thing that makes Amulet Titan work is the One Ring. Otherwise, Amulet Titan could die to a stupid Blood Moon and a Charmaw. Okay, a 10 cents rare card from Modern Horizon. A stupid dragon. Okay. I am so tilted right now. Let's see if we can win the next games, because we have the tools. I don't know if we have the patience though. What a shame, guys. Let's look at game number 2 in match number 5. Okay, we are now on the play, finally. We brought in a Damping Sphere and into the fire, and we brought out Thunderbreak Regent, Moonveil Regent, and Tarkirs and Bolts. We have Blood Moon, which kills our Utopia Sprawl, but we don't care. We exile the Amulet of Vigor, and this is looking great for us for now. We go Dragon Tempest, opponent a bunch of lands. We go Sarkhan Fireblood into cycling the Arbor Elf away into Boil. Opponent the One Ring. Yes, why not? God, I hate that card. Charmaw, giving him haste. We cannot attack, we cannot ping, we kill a Selesnya Sanctuary. So opponent takes 1 damage from the ring, draws 2 cards, another amulet of course, thanks to the One Ring. We cycle away the Boil, we go Tarkir, we attack the Invasion. Opponent losing some damage to the One Ring, and we just scoop this up since the... Oh, opponent scooped. I don't know why opponent scooped. Oh, okay, opponent was looking for a card with Summoner's Pact to kill Blood Moon, but he forgot that that card was in the sideboard. Okay, so we won thanks to our opponent's mistake. He was trying to find ENT, which I don't know what's that. Probably, I don't know what's that, though. Does a red card can kill the Blood Moon? What was the opponent looking for? Can you guys tell me? What was ENT that this guy is talking about? Well, by the way, We won this game, but the One Ring was once more costing us the game. Look at our opponent's hand. 10 cards! Luckily we had Blood Moon, and he couldn't find Force of Vigor or one random forest to play Boseiju. Otherwise we would have been dead a long time ago, even though we played Blood Moon and cast into fire into one amulet. That's not enough. Can you guys believe it? That's not enough, because the One Ring will just provide whatever it takes to survive. Okay, so what happens here is that we go play everything we have in the last game. Believe it or not, we can grab the 3-2 with this stupidly, insanely beautiful Dragon Tribal deck. Can you believe it? Let's find out if we can in the last match. Game number 3, match number 5. Sideboard stayed the same. This time it's gonna be tough because we are on the draw. Opponent mulligans to 6, starting off with a Grazer and a Nurza Saga that we don't like. We draw Cavern of Souls, but we have only Damping Sphere and Cast into Fire, so not great. Opponent ups the Saga, Amulet of Vigor, of course. Selesnya Sanctuary, generating 1 token probably, yes. I hate that deck. We go Damping Sphere. Couldn't have played the Utopia Sprawl, sadly. Opponent grabbing the Boseiju with Expedition Map. Opponent attacking us with the Construct. We play Utopia Sprawl. We want to play the Damping Sphere, but we can't because I am stupid. We exile instantly the Amulet of Vigor Fang to cast into fire. Opponent playing a forest. Vesuva copying the forest. So another Damping Sphere. It's not bad. We can now play the Dracosaur. We do it. Dracosaur hits the battlefield. We pass the turn. Opponent 6 cards in hand. Opponent 3 mana. Opponent forget about the Damping Sphere. Opponent probably the One Ring. Once more, the One Ring coming in, helping our opponent, preventing him from dying this turn. Oh god, I hate that. I really hate that. I play an Utopia Sprawl. I cycled away the Arbor Elf. I wanted to find a solution for the One Ring. Opponent da Force of Vigor. He found it thanks to the One Ring once more. Oh gosh, opponent drawing so many cards. Summoner's Pact, Dryad. Oh gosh. Valakut, oh gosh. I really want to draw Boil now. Let's see if we can find the Boil. No, but Invasion of Tarkir. Pinging the Construct, not enough. We then play the Glorybringer, killing the Dryad. Now we properly exerted. We killed the Dryad, but opponent has to pay some respect. 2 cards in hand, they draw 1 from the turn and 3 cards from the ring, which is Ancestral Recall, which is insanely good. Of course we draw land. We grab a Cast into Fire, we kill the One Ring. Our opponent creates a Construct and we pass the turn. Opponent makes another Construct. They go grab the Amulet of Vigor. Boros Garrison, and not looking great. Opponent has too many things. We kill the Amulet of Vigor thanks to Blast Zone, but it's probably too late. And the opponent has the Titan. Well, that's it, guys. I think we're done. Opponent, Seemage Growth Chamber. Swinging us with 1 Construct. Yeah. We have to draw another Tarkir to kill the Primeval Titan. We don't, of course. Moonveil Regent is not enough. all that happened here is thanks to the 6 cards the opponent has drawn with the One Ring. 6 cards. Can you believe it? 6 cards at the cost of what? A bunch of HP? Dryad. And we just concede. Okay, so this league stopped here at 2-3. But if we look at the games, I think we won and lost the same amount of games in all the 5 matches we played, because we were 1-2, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-2. So we are probably tied, which is great for this super budget friendly and spicy deck. I love it. Dragons are super cool. What I don't love is dying to the One Ring, which is absurdly stupid. I might have should included Collector Oof in the sideboard instead of Cast into Fire, probably. Collector Oof was probably better against both Tron and Amulet Titan, One Rings. But I wanted to exile the Amulet, but you can see that in the end they don't even need an Amulet when they can draw 6 cards off the ring, play a Dryad and a Titan and a Valakut. So whatever. Okay guys, thank you for staying with me in this video. Let's meet in a fast wrap up in a few seconds. Here we are for the wrap up, final thoughts on the deck. So I had a lot of fun playing this deck. This really reminded me of the old Ponza deck I used to play in 2015, 2016. The only difference is that we played the Stone Rain and Pillage and something like that. We don't do that in this version. We go straight for big dragons like Obsidian Charmaw. So I was impressed by Sarkhan, Fireblood. Was really a super good card. Sarkhan was really strong in this deck. It helped us ramp up. It fixed our hand by discarding lands and Arbor Elves, drawing us some good cards. So Sarkhan the Fireblood was actually a good card. Thunderbreak Regent, we never played one, so I cannot say if this card is good or not. Moonveil Regent, this guy wasn't that great, but I really couldn't find a better 4-mana red or green dragon, so this was probably the best option I had. This guy was okay-ish, nothing special I would say. The best guy out there was probably the Charmaw. Charmaw was super good against Tron and Amulet and helped us grabbing some wins against them, so super cool card. Glorybringer was also useful against Cascade, if we weren't to misclick, of course, and also killed the Dryad, so this guy was not bad too. Bonehoard Dracosaur was like a sleeper, but when it hits the battlefield, it was either you can kill it now or you die, because I was exiling so many good cards. I exiled the Blood Moon, I exiled the lands I needed, I created a dinosaur, a treasure. It was super sweet. Maybe a bit slow for modern. In today's modern, this card is just too slow, I think, but it did a great job. As for Terror of the Peaks, I'm still not sure. Maybe I should cut 2 Thunderbreak Regent and play 2 more Terror of the Peaks, because this guy can close out games really fast, even not passing from the combat phase. So probably worth trying in the future. In the sideboard, the sideboard was good. That random boil against Cascade was super great. And I love the Damping Sphere, I love the Chalice of the Void, I love the Relic of Progenitus. Cast into Fire was okay-ish against Amulet Titan, against the One Ring, but this card wasn't really a solution. So perhaps Collector Ufi might be a better option. And also, maybe worth including in this deck, in the sideboard, a few copies of Cursed Totem, because we didn't really play it against both Scales and Yawgmoth's buff. I don't think we stand a chance against them without Cursed Totem. So, okay, thank you guys for watching this video. As usual, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like and a comment. I really would appreciate feedbacks, both positive and negative, about my videos. This will help me become a better creator, as I want to hit the 1000 subscriber mark by the end of 2024. Please help me doing so by pressing that subscribe button. Thank you again, guys. This was one of the nicest run I've had. Dragons are awesome, and 2-3 is not that bad considering we played only against tier 1 decks. Thank you once more for staying, and see you in the next video. Have a nice day.